All right, here we go. We are live.
Sweet.
Welcome to Chords and Chaos. I'm Zach, and if you don't mind introducing yourself.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Rob. We're Lost Velvet.
Nice to meet both of y'all.
Nice to meet you, Zach.
And give me 1 second, and I'll pull up. I got some questions for you right here. Let's
We've
see.
done before. We're Lost Velvet.
Yeah.
Okay, first question. When someone presses play on Lost Velvet for the first time, what kind of headspace do you hope they're in?
Well, prior to pressing play or after they hear it, kind of thing.
Either one. I guess a little bit of both.
I would guess maybe prior, hoping to. I think maybe the name harks to it. Just something a bit nostalgic, something that maybe nods to the past a little bit. Something that feels a bit forgotten, that maybe is lacking in a lot of common music. Maybe you're just looking for something a bit specific that links to the past a tiny bit, but doesn't feel old. I would say maybe that's what
I like that. I like that. That's a good answer. That's a really good answer.
All right, thanks.
And is that the same for you, Melissa?
Yes. I expect people to enjoy Lost Velvet mostly at night time. It's kind of like a night listening kind of band.
Right, right.
That's kind of when we write and we're most creative at night. So that's why this interview suits us at 9 o'clock at night as well. Our most
Good time
natural
difference,
time.
Right, gotcha.
We actually had
I see.
a few streams on Christmas Day last year, and I was kind of thinking
That's
about the
surprising.
headspace of the people who are listening to Lost Velvet on Christmas Day.
I think that's actually around the time I think I discovered you guys.
Oh,
Was it
it
right
was
around
you.
that time? And it was on Instagram. You know, you ended up in my algorithm, and I was like, wow, this band is really amazing. I was like, let me reach out to them. Maybe we can do an interview this year. Here we are.
Well,
So
nice.
everything works in its own plan, you know?
yeah, that's cool.
So shoegaze is often described as music you fall into. Was that always the intention with your sound?
Do you want to go?
I definitely not really. I think we were a bit surprised when we got linked to the shoegaze stuff so much, because I don't really listen to that much shoegaze. So I think it's a nature of the way we've chosen to blend a few things. It turns out obviously we're treading on trodden ground quite a lot of the time, and it's shoegaze. It links to quite well, but we're probably aiming for something slightly different and coming up with what we have, you intend to do going in, and what you get at the end is often something slightly different. So maybe it's something to do with that, because I'm not necessarily a shoegaze kind of.
But then on
guy.
the other side, I am.
Yeah.
I'm very into shoegaze. And I think when we first started working together, I mentioned it, that I thought our sound was heading that way a little bit. And you were like, what?
Yeah.
Um,
But it makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's to do with also the way our sound is kind of almost like it's mixed without the levels, and also the way we create the lyrics and the haziness.
Right.
Both Rob and I have things that we particularly like about vocals, and even though, like for example, I don't really. Apart from, there's a few singers out there, but a lot of the time when it's overly sung, I kind of pull back a little bit. I like soft singers, and I think, and you're quite similar.
I guess that links to the shoegaze thing. Is the vocals are slightly blended into the music.
Right.
They're not necessarily the thing that's sitting right at the front. So maybe that's linking as well.
Yeah.
Right.
We had some people on YouTube actually talking about it, because we released Wasted. And someone said they liked the track, but they just wished that the vocals were a little bit clearer. And then somebody else wrote, actually, that's really why I like the track. I like the way that they kind of and embedded into the terrain, and they're part of the world and the journey of the sound.
Right. I like that, because with some shoegaze you get the real grunginess, and then some you get fuzzy, and it just depends on what kind of band you're listening to, So I think it's all a little blend. I'm sorry.
We like our grunge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Let's see here. So the UK basically birthed shoegaze. Does that history feel like a blessing or a weight? I guess this would be more so Melissa's question.
I like it. I think the fact that we live in Reading and like one of the main shoegaze bands, Slowdive, is from Reading. It's pretty cool.
Right.
We don't know them.
If you
But...
came to Reading, you might understand it. Maybe.
Yeah. Something to be proud of.
Now do you all recognize on my shirt? Do you recognize that band?
Split Chain.
Have you ever heard of them?
I don't. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
Split
I
Chains.
I came across them last year actually.
So I actually met them last year, funny enough, on their American tour with Silverstein. Some of the
yeah.
nicest guys ever.
Oh,
And
that's
some of the
cool.
nicest guys. And
Did
I
you
don't
go
know
to
why. When I
Yeah.
first met them, I don't know why I didn't mention that I had a podcast at that time and try to get them, because I have been since then like just going crazy trying to get a hold of them, and they're not answering nothing. And so I'm seeing them again in April, and if I get to meet them this time, I'm just gonna leave them a letter, with my podcast name and my Instagram handle, and be like, here, reach out to me, please.
Yeah.
You can send them this video.
Yeah, right. I should. You're right.
It will happen.
So, for your band, would you say that Slow Drive or like Ride or Lush or any of those had any influence?
Not for you, I think. Not directly, to be honest. There are other bands for me that I grew up listening to and that inspired my vocal singing. Probably Cocteau Twins, Cranes, along with kind of more dream poppy. I'm trying to think of some others. Smashing Pumpkins. That's probably more to do with like the guitar sounds and yeah.
Okay. I see.
We have quite a lot of influences and genres that we like. It's actually been a very interesting journey because in today's age, you have to specify your genre, and we really bend
A
it.
bit too much.
Yeah. Like whenever you upload a song, they want to know straight away what genre is it, and we sometimes spend half an hour debating what we're going.
Yeah.
Because
Or it's like, because you don't want to put too many genres down there.
Right.
That's why-
I mean, there's so many
Yeah.
damn genres. It's crazy now.
Yeah.
Everything's genre now. It's
Yeah.
like you got your shoegaze, you got your new gaze, you got your new metal, you got this, you got that. It's like, good lord.
Yeah, I actually think I like doomgaze now. Like,
I do too.
yeah.
Yeah, new gaze is awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. So do you feel pressure to fit into a UK sound, or are you actively trying to avoid that?
I'd pitch that as much as probably Radiohead are my favorite all-time band, but generally speaking, the sound and the influence is very American influenced in
Right.
how we go about it. A lot of the acts and particularly the way things are mixed or produced is heavily inspired by American music predominantly. So I wouldn't say that we have this feeling of being almost, we're slowly starting, and so I wouldn't say we're in the UK scene in a weird way, because it's just we're this entity online, and it's just kind of this international small tiny fan base. So for me personally anyway, American music and particularly American rock and the 90s American rock sound is something that is always there, that's the thing I'm kind of looking for, that particular sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. But I would say that, funny enough, you might ask. I don't know. I'm positing this, but you might ask Slowdive and these guys, and they probably would have told you way back that those were the guys they were listening to as well,
Yeah.
and that's
Right.
they've seen it through their lens. So I think as much as I don't really listen to Slowdive, I would imagine we would share a lot of taste in common of the things that inspired us to creating that shoegaze connection. At least I would hypothesize that.
I got you.
Yeah.
See, like that's like what I feel like you just said there with Slow Drive. I feel like that is a band that if you say it, everybody really kind of knows who they are. But I feel like not everybody is also a fan of them, Like me personally, I'm not really a big Slow Drive fan, but everybody's got their taste.
And there's My Bloody Valentine as well, isn't there?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I mean, they're one of the originals.
Yeah. I mean, I also like Super Heaven and Nothing, who are kind of not the originals, but they I think they're playing over here. Played last week, and I was quite gutted that I didn't get to go. But
so the first band that I brought on here from, I guess, England, UK area would have been a band called Buds. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Buds.
no.
Have you ever heard of Brutaligators?
No.
Okay, they're in that category. They're very do-it-yourself type of band. But they're very good in the UK and England area. So I would definitely check them out. But yeah, Buds is really cool.
I love coming across new music.
Right.
I'm constantly.
So is there a city or a venue in the UK that feels like home for Lost Velvet?
City. I mean, it's Reading, isn't it? It's Reading.
I think would have to say it's Reading, which feels a bit weird to say it, but yeah, I think that's really its origin, its home. Yeah.
Right. Now, do you have a specific venue? Or is that the venue?
I guess Reading is a venue, or even just like this room, to be honest.
Oh wow.
This is 4 walls.
Spend a lot of time in this room.
Exactly.
I feel like that's a cool little vibe, though. You know, when it's a little small space, I feel like you cram everybody
bought
in.
Me a new chair. I've got a new chair now, which is nice and comfy for once, because I have to sit on the bench all the time.
Yeah.
Right.
All mod cons there. We actually have 2 chairs in our studio,
and it's padded. It's soft.
Let's see. So your sound feels very atmospheric, but still grounded. How do you balance the texture with emotion?
Should I field that one? I think it's often going back to the. It sounds like there's a lot of effects, but we don't tend to use that many effects, funnily enough, other than reverb and delay in waves at moments. But I think it comes back to what I was saying before I think of those 90s rock records, and the yardstick is that no matter how far you're straying from the norm, you're still going to have those drums or the bass in a certain spot. They're going to have to take up a certain amount of energy. So I still want to have that snare and that kick hitting you where you want it to hit you, and things feeling clear and you can identify them, and clean as well. So I think that's why I'm kind of a clean guy in how I like things produced. So I'm always going to come back to, no matter how much distortion or how far we put, I'm still going to want. I'm going to lean a bit to the clean kind of side. I think it's probably that.
Now, how long have you two been a band?
Probably about 18 months.
Yeah, I think it's a year and a half.
Yeah. We must have met each other about 2 years ago or so now. It was something like that.
We released our first single April last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so what's that?
And we've been working
7
together
months ago.
for probably 8 months before that. Maybe.
Yeah. It's about 18 months or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So fairly new.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going quick.
But it's something you enjoy. It's something you love, and everybody's got to start somewhere to build their way up.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. We both have our own kind of backgrounds, and
right.
And I think kind of fell into its place with little effort.
Well, a lot of the core material we were working upon, I'd written prior. So I was kind of had these solo rock projects, and I think there's probably only 1 or 2 of those, maybe 3 or 4 possibly, that have survived. And then we wrote new stuff after we'd met. But yeah, it was based on, so there was some of this initial recordings and stuff that I've been working on for quite a while, but it just didn't have a home. It had nowhere to go. And with just my vocals on it, it didn't, I don't think it would have had the legs. So yeah, it was a bit of a eureka moment when it was like, actually, if we had a Mel's vocal over it, had a female vocal, and it just suddenly changed the dynamic. It felt like we could straight away, we've got a sound almost straight away, an area to work in. Yeah.
And it keeps developing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are we going next?
Doomgaze, apparently.
Yeah. Dude.
Let's see. So are there non-musical influences behind Lost Velvets? You know, like films, fashion, photography, or literature?
Definitely film.
Yeah, a lot of film.
That's like one of the main ones.
Yeah.
Um,
And David Lynch is a huge part, both lyrically. We kind of rooted through the screenplays of all of the screenplays of our favorite films of his, looking at and mining out certain visual themes, all sorts of things that we could try to reposit or reuse, or
reading through all the scripts.
not
weren't we?
necessarily plagiarizing directly, but definitely really
Good.
purposefully referencing it, which normally probably wouldn't do. You'd leave it a bit more open. So David Lynch was something we really intentionally looked at him and his work, heavily inspired by that at the beginning. But now I don't think we don't consciously think that so much anymore. So David Lynch informed our band name, sorry. It's Lost Highway and Blue Velvet, and it's just taken from those two films. So yeah, at the beginning we were really directly referencing David. Kind of calmed down on that a little bit, but he's definitely.
Oh, so you're saying originally y'all were called Lost Highway?
No, our band name was based out of the two films, just twisting.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
based out of
I'm
Lost
sorry.
Highway, and that's right, Lost Highway and
Could
Blue
have been
Velvet.
Blue Highway.
Yeah, some people have said Blue Highway, but yeah, I thought it sounded a little bit like a porn film or something.
Now, I'm assuming that's a UK film because I've never heard of it.
Blue Which one? Which one?
I think I was making that one up. So yeah, it's just the two David Lynch films. Two of my favourites probably as well. Lost Highway and Blue Velvet.
Got you.
Yeah. No, those two David Lynch films. Yeah, they inspire us quite a lot. And so yeah, we just just swapped around the words and used it as our band name. That's kind of what we did.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then I think definitely film anyway, and the aesthetic of film. And going back again to the 90s, we lean on that quite a lot. It's not even necessarily like bands we look to. It's almost like I like film music as well, and that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Like when you watch like a David Lynch film and you're kind of feeling the moment where it's uneasy, but it's kind of dreamy, surreal, beautiful, tense. All of those feelings we kind of want to bring into our music as well.
Right.
Because a lot of people I think mention that like the word restraint seems to come up a lot when people talk about our music. Restraint.
it's intentional.
Yeah, that's true. You mentioned that too. But some of the new track that we're releasing next week, that's one of our heavier ones, and that's quite immersive, atmospheric, all-consuming. Yeah, it's
Well, it's cinematic kind of that. It's leaning on that.
Right.
A little bit, I think, and but maintaining what we were talking about earlier, you still got that rock aesthetic that it's always got to have. But you see if you can push it more in the direction of film music, more ethereal and unusual, kind of, if possible.
Also,
Is your microphone covered by something by chance?
Oh.
It sounded there for a second. It sounded a little muffled.
I'm just using my onboard laptop mic, so not sure. There shouldn't be anything covering it. Is it all right at the moment?
It sounds good now.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds good now. All right.
Okay.
Sorry about that. It
That's
might
all
be
right.
on my end too. I don't know. It just sounded a little muffled there.
Okay.
Let's see. But you were saying, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I can't remember.
What's going on outside?
You're good. I have ADD too,
I
so
do
I get it.
remember. When quite often Rob will be writing at night, all night until 4 o'clock in the morning, and then the next day I'll turn up and he'll say, "Here's a song. What do you think of it?" As soon as that song gives us visuals, like we can visualize the music video, the story, then that's kind of when we know that song is that's staying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a good way of putting it.
It's
yeah.
got to be like almost like a movie, like that we can feel from it. And quite
Right.
often, it's when I suggest what I'm feeling, he's got the same idea. So
Yeah, it's a good.
That's
way of
cool
putting
because with y'all being like a little duo, you can mix your opinions and you can mix the lyrics together and everything. So I
and
like that.
we disagree a lot. So if we always say that when we agree, it feels like it's the right thing.
it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So whoa.
Yeah.
Got to go with that.
But what band ever truly agrees upon everything? You
Yeah.
know,
Exactly. Yeah.
like of course you probably heard of Silverstein.
Yeah.
So with Silverstein, with their song, what was it? My Heroine by Silverstein. With that song, they weren't originally going to write that song. And Shane, from the lead singer from the band, he came out with that and he showed it, you know, to the rest of the band, and the rest of the band was like, absolutely not. We're not going with that. That song is not going to go anywhere. And sure enough, he was like, you know what? He was like, I'm the lead singer. He's like, I think he said he locked himself in like a closet and just started writing the song. And he said, you know what? I spent days and days writing this. He's like, I'm doing it. He's like, if y'all don't like it, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But he did it. And sure enough, now it's one of their most popular songs they've ever wrote. So,
Yeah.
so
Sometimes
you
you
know,
definitely have to stick to your guns for sure.
right.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you just got to take the gamble.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to
But
roll
I
the
think
dice on
it's-
that one.
You also, it doesn't happen that combination of maybe when you think you know you have it, but someone else
Right.
doesn't. You do. I think for me, most of the time, I think most of my failed efforts, I don't look at any of my failed efforts and think, oh, I really missed out on that one. I think actually, yeah.
There is one.
But I usually, to me, it's great when I get that moment where Mel or I get that there's an energy response and you feel it. And because often you'll be like, it's something you've made, you really like it. And it's like, is it going to get that response? And when it does, it's like, yes, it's kind of a confirmation. So yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about with that story. But I think for a lot of, if every time I stuck with my guns, I think I'd.
Well, I said to you this,
Yeah.
was it yesterday?
Right.
A lot of failed ideas, that kind of thing.
There's a bit of one of our songs that I said to Rob yesterday. I said, you know that bit that I didn't like very much? It's now my favourite bit. He was like, oh, well, yeah, I stuck to my guns.
So it does happen again. Every so often, there you go.
So let's see here. So do you write the process emotions, or does writing sometimes create its own emotion that you weren't expecting?
You.
I'd say it's often a catharsis for me, frankly. The whole process. It's just a way to let go of things and just to let it out. So I think I'd usually if I've made something I like, then I don't necessarily feel the emotion that the song would communicate to most people. I just feel happy I've made something I like. So yeah, I think it's more the process of the catharsis of just making something is what it's about. And if you happen to get something you like, then great.
I do a lot
Otherwise,
of
you're making it.
I do a lot of the music videos and often have to translate what the song might be for somebody else or what kind of messages we have. So I guess I sometimes come up with things that you go, oh, that's kind of what I was aiming for, or that, yeah. So it's just trying to, make the message a bit clearer or create the film.
Yeah, right. So, how important is the atmosphere in your live sets compared to, a tight performance?
Do you want to say?
Well, we haven't actually performed live yet, so we're going to have our first gig in March in London, supporting a band called Wildernesses.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Have you come across them?
I've never heard of them. No.
Yeah, you
Oh,
should check
cool.
them out. I think you might like them. They're kind of like shoegaze post rock. They're really good. They're doing really well.
If y'all don't mind, when we get done with the interview, if through Instagram, if you'll send me their page, and
of course.
I'll check them out.
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, we're really looking forward to that one. The venue looks great. It's got that I think we have a vision for what we want our live set to be. And we'll get there. We'll make it happen.
We're just actually we've got a rehearsal tomorrow night. Mel's husband is playing drums for us. We're getting the bass player in and just getting that started. But yeah, it's hopefully we should do a pretty good shot of recreating these recordings, because obviously they're all multi-track recordings.
Right.
It's a slight challenge trying to port them over and choosing how you do it. So we will probably be running a track, play to a click and things like that. But hopefully we should do a pretty good shot at it. I mean, we spend most of our time singing, working on our vocals, so
Right.
we've got that kind of going for us. Hopefully that's our main shtick. We're really trying to sing those the dual vocal parts together and the harmonies together, getting those good. So but we haven't played live yet, so we have to see how it goes.
Well, that's going to be fun. That's going to be awesome, and congrats for you guys. You know, that's something to look forward to and be proud of.
We've got our heart set on this church as well.
Oh yeah,
There's a really
Reading,
cool, there's a really cool church.
Oh, you already have a set,
Well, there's something that
or a set list, I should say.
Oh yeah, we have a set list ready. Yeah, that we're working through, and I'd like to do some really cool, like moody, smoky church kind of vibe.
Yeah, well, there's local promotion that does that, but yeah, the set. I mean, we've I don't know if you know, so we're recording an album, so we've written and produced most of the album, and we've got three to four singles coming out in the next few months, and the album dropping in about 3 months' time, give or take.
End
Is
of
it?
May, early June.
So the live set's obviously built primarily out of that, and then a few tracks from the EP. But so we're working on that as well. That's why a lot of the focus is on the recording. So we've got the next single coming out. I think it's next week, and then.
So will your album it drop before your live show or around the same time?
So we'll have 2-3 singles out before the live show.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have dropped the second, maybe the third single just around that time, I think. Yeah.
So you know that'll give you a chance to build the album up too.
Yeah. And we have the 3
that'll be really good.
already released as well. So there should be 6 out by then. And then hopefully we'll get some gigs booked in for the album launch, which would be great.
Now, are y'all allowed to tell us the album name or no?
Oh yeah. The album's called Dark Cells,
which is the same as the single, but
yeah,
coming out next week.
That's the name of the first single.
Okay.
Next week. We're pretty excited about it. I don't know, should I mention what Michael?
Yeah, you can.
So we've got Michael Patterson who's mixing the album for us, which is a real big win for us. We got in touch with him just before Christmas. I mean, he's mixed all sorts of stuff. He's a big pro mix engineer. He's
perfect.
I believe I've actually heard his name before.
Yeah, he's a Grammy winner. I think he won a Grammy for Beck's album. He was mix engineer for Beck. He's done through multiple genres, including going back to hip hop. He's a big guy for us now, and it's been a massive step forward for us getting him on board. So he's mixed Dark Cells. He's mixed our latest single. It's going out. We've just got our latest mix back off him, Burnt. We're really happy with that as well. It's going to we're working with a great mastering engineer. They're both LA based as well. Matt Applebaum, who have to excuse my pronunciation there, but
he's corrected you a few times.
He's a great mastering engineer as well.
They're both over in LA, so we're just waiting for our invite, really.
Yeah.
So you want to invite us over, take us out of Reading?
That would be cool.
So really happy with those two guys on the team now, and we're going to be doing this whole album with those guys. So really happy with that team.
Now, have y'all ever been to the United States or no?
Not as a band.
No, I went when I was much younger as a tourist. I went. My aunt used to live in St. Augustine in Florida. Okay,
down in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went over there.
I've been a few times. Yeah. Love it.
I got some friends that I grew up with. You know, they live. One lives in St. Pete, which is Tampa area, Florida. I got another friend down at like Bradenton, which is like a little north of that. And then a couple friends that their parents that I grew up with, they live in like Cocoa Beach area, which they might be tuned in. If you're tuned in, Miss Tammy, hey, hello.
Hello.
So,
That's
and
cool.
for everybody that is tuned in right now, thank you for joining us.
So you're over in Atlanta, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
What's
Atlanta,
the
Georgia.
What's the big music scene out there at the moment? What's the
Right now, honestly, our shoegaze scene is
Yeah.
really taken off. Like
Oh,
in the whole southeast, not just Atlanta, but like from all the way from Atlanta to Dallas, we're really getting big with the
It's huge.
shoegaze, the grunge, all of that.
that's
Like
cool.
there's a local band, and I'll shout them out. Really good friends of mine, Caleb Justice, lead singer of Frigga 5, and
Okay.
Frigga 5 is amazing.
How do you spell
I
that?
hope
Freak.
Frigga, Frigga 5.
Okay, cool. We'll check them out.
Yeah, they're amazing. And then another one is Pinto Sunshine. They're really good.
Are they kind of like what style of shoegaze? Are we talking light shoegaze, doom gaze?
So with Frigga, with Frigga 5, I would say honestly, they got some shoegaze influence, but they're more grungy, like that 90s grunge. So they're more grungy than anything.
Cool.
But they're really good. And then with Pinto Sunshine, they're more upbeat kind of grunginess, but they also, because they're Latin as well, they mix a Latin influence in their music. So some of their lyrics will be in English, and some of their lyrics will be in Spanish.
That's cool. I've noticed that.
It's really cool.
That's cool.
So you get a little bit of a culture vibe, on there, which I like that.
Isn't Philadelphia like a hub as well for shoegaze?
So Philly has one of the best shoegaze groups and like new gaze ever, in my opinion, with Superhaven.
Superhaven, yeah.
Which
yeah.
Superhaven, believe it or not, is a huge influence for Split Chain. They inspired Split Chain to become a band. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, right.
So it's really cool that an American band inspired a UK band to become what they are today. So,
Yeah, cool.
because it's usually the opposite. It's usually a UK band inspires an American band to become what they are, especially in this genre. So.
I've also been listening to Holy Fawn and Som and Sopra quite a lot lately. Have you heard of them?
I have not. Have you ever heard of Traumaray?
No. Traumaray, yes, I've heard of them.
Yeah, I love Traumaray.
Yeah.
I think they're one of the better ones from Texas for sure.
Oh, cool. Well, check out Holy Fawn and see what you think.
I definitely will.
Yeah.
Let's see. So.
I mean, we watched that. We like Slipknot too.
Yeah, Slipknot. I like some old school Slipknot.
Yeah.
Corey Taylor. Okay.
It's quite funny because sometimes when we talk about music and I'll suggest, and he's like, nah, and then Korn, Limp Bizkit, Slipknot. He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, you do have things in common. The heavy stuff.
Right. Oh, let's see. What question was I gonna ask? Okay, so is there a lyric or a song that feels too close to home to play live sometimes? And what I mean by that is like when you go to play that, like that lyric just hits you, and sometimes you're like, damn, do I really want to play this song live because this lyric just hits the soul so much? Does that make sense?
There's probably one that's been written that hasn't made the album that would probably be there.
All right.
Like happy.
All right.
I don't know. No.
No, to be honest, I don't think so. I actually had that feeling in the past with an old project. I had a song, and it had kind of had a bit of it gave me that kind of slightly spooky, dark feeling where I no longer felt what the song was about either, and didn't really enjoy the feeling it used to. A bit like going back to an old trauma or something.
Uh-huh.
So now I actually have this. I feel a bit spooky. I'm a bit superstitious about some of these things. So now I purposely avoid certain lyrics. As I'm going through lyrics, I'll actually omit lyrics if I think they're a little bit too. If they're flirting with forces I don't want to flirt with, kind of thing. As weird as that might sound.
No, I get you.
I just invite them all in, don't I?
Yeah. Well, it's like stuff like Buckley. He wrote a lot about
Right.
drowning and floating underwater, and if I don't know, you look into it and you kind of write your own fate. I think in a weird way. I don't know. So
I agree.
Yeah. Not to restrict one's artistic output, but just to be wary of the forces. Maybe
Putting it out
you're
there.
harnessing. Yeah.
So give me 1 second, and I'll show you the newest vinyl album that I just got, and I'll see if you've heard of this band. Give me 1 second.
Glad you're here.
Just thinking about the wasted lyrics.
All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you all heard of Bleed?
It
feel like I
rings
should
a
have.
bell. That looks cool. Yeah.
I feel like I
I'm
should
not
have.
sure. It
Oh.
looks kind of familiar.
So hold on, I'll show you what the album itself looks like.
Is this a new band or an older band?
This is a new band. They actually just started, I believe, in I want to say 2023 or 24, somewhere in that time range. But this was their official album that they ever dropped. And weird enough, they dropped it with a label called $20 Spin. And $20 Spin, it's weird because a lot of people got angry that they did release this album on there, because $20 or $20 Spin is usually more like heavy metal type scene. So they were the first like shoegaze type band to ever end up on that label. And people are like, well, why did you go with that? And they were like, we wanted to do something new, and the label wanted to do something new. And I think it's a cool combination.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame people have to be so restricted into
Right.
like the genre. Like it's that gatekeeping thing, isn't it?
Still
Yeah, I
check that
feel
out.
like when they just stick to one genre, I feel like it's harder for them to grow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the same. I think festivals are changing too, aren't they, as well?
You said what? I'm sorry.
Like festivals as well, I've noticed.
Oh, festivals, yes.
Starting to sort of they might be one genre, but they're starting to open up a few little slots
Right.
for a bit of variety.
Like, I don't know if you've ever heard of it. In America, we have a very big festival. It's called Bonnaroo Fest. And Bonnaroo is in Manchester, Tennessee. And it's like, so you've probably heard of Post Malone.
Yeah.
So they like Post Malone will play. And then, for instance, they've never played, but we'll just say they did. You would have like Post Malone, and then you would have like Split Chain. And then you would have like a Taylor Swift. and then they would mix like, who else would be on there? Like a Trauma Ray or something. So it's a little mixture of every type of genre. Like they'll mix, EDM music, they'll mix country, rap, rock, which that's what I like about Bonnaroo.
The States I think it's better over there. Your festivals are
Yeah.
pretty amazing, to be honest. We always see these lineups and think, oh, that's so good.
Right.
Oh, can't remember, but it just makes me sick. I think, gosh, I wouldn't even know which stage I'd want to go to. There's so much.
See, that's always my problem when I go to a festival, is when they put your favorite two artists at the same damn time, and you're like, oh, which one do I go to? So what I end up usually doing is, if they both play an hour set, I'll catch 30 minutes of each set.
So last year at Download Festival, which is one of our biggest rock festivals, one of my best friends' band was headlining a tent at the same time as Korn.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Out of any band that it could be, Korn.
I really didn't know what I was going to do. Yeah. Eventually, I just swapped song by song, and luckily, it was about a 3-minute run between the two stages. So I just did one, then I did another, then I did another. And then when his band finished and they played one of their best songs last, I was like, I've got to stay for this. And then just when I left, I was right at the end section of Freak on a Leash, where they were just coming out of that big breakdown. Oh my God, I wanted to cry.
Yeah, that's always, it's always crazy, like you said, when you have to go from one stage to another, especially when here in the States, you know, they spread the stages out so far.
Yeah.
So the next set might be a damn mile away. Well, not realistically, it's not a mile away, but it seems that far when there's so many people that you're trying to navigate around. And you're like, yo, out of my way. Like, I'm trying to get to this set.
Yeah.
So it's always fun. But like you say, with the festivals here, they're great, have great lineups. The only thing is just the price. Every festival here is so steep. Like the prices are outrageous.
Are they? I think they might be similar to ours. I was looking into it with some friends, and I think that the price was similar, but you got more value.
Right.
A lot of choice. So. Yeah.
So
Have you ever been over here?
I have not. My mom. We're in 2026 now. I guess in 2023, I want to say it was, my mom went to London, and she said it was one of the best trips that she's ever taken in her life. She said the food was fantastic. She said that, you know, the culture there is very cool. She said the people are she said it's not what she expected. She said, you know, a lot of people, they talk shit about y'all's country, and they're like, oh, they're like French people and this type of stuff. They're like, these people are assholes. But, you know, as I talk to you guys, you know, I don't get that. But I mean, I get it. I'm sure that people say the same thing about Americans. I mean, which I would agree with them. If they were like, Americans are assholes, yes, we are.
One of my American aunties came over, and I just remember she was doing out like the gardening, and every single person that walked past her, she wished them a good day. Every person just was like, who is that? Like, why are you talking to me?
Like, we don't do that here.
Yeah, she's like, why is everyone so miserable? We have sun like 2 months of the year, so.
Yeah, the weather. That's our excuse.
So it's funny you just mentioned the weather. So tomorrow night, we're actually supposed to get a very bad ice storm.
Oh, wow.
Here. So there's everybody in the whole state right now is freaking out, and you would think a zombie apocalypse is about to happen.
Don't look.
Like, I went to the store the other day, half the milk was gone, half the bread was gone. I was like,
oh, yeah.
People, stop freaking out.
Yeah.
But in my state, when it snows a little bit, everybody and their grandma freaks out and has to go buy up the milk and bread and acts like we're going to be without milk and bread for the next 2 years.
Thing is, we freak out over here over snow when I've never heard of an ice storm over here. I mean,
right.
When we get snow over here, we probably get about that much snow, and the entire country shuts down.
That's how it is here in the state of Georgia. When it snows, the whole state shuts down. Like, it'll be like a couple snow flurries, and they'll be like, nope, no school today, no work today, nothing.
No flights, nothing.
Wow.
So let's see here.
Got that in common then.
So what do you hope listeners feel after sitting alone with your music?
What do they feel?
What do we hope they feel? Well,
they want to listen to it again.
Yeah, and it's. I guess to me, it's. I would want to create the same feeling for a listener that I had when I listened to music that I really loved, where it was you don't even really know why you like it. It's not necessarily about even explaining why you like it. It just makes you feel something. You respond to it in a way that's like physiological in essence. It's like not conscious.
When you send me a track for like feedback, sometimes I get goosebumps, and you get this sort of like when we get it back from master, for example. If we can get that feeling from it, you would hope that other people would feel it too.
Right.
It's like body
heard
in your
that,
body,
yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. And I think that's like what it's kind of. I've seen an interview with Tom and Bert from Split Chain, and you know they were asking that same question I just asked you, one of the podcast guys, and he asked him. He said, "What do you want your fans to take away from your lyrics?" And he's like, "That's the one reason why we write." He was like, "We want people to be able to feel that emotion with our lyrics and be able to grab from the lyrics and be like, okay, I feel that, you know." In my soul, and not just something that they don't relate to.
Yeah, and I feel like that may come from the lyrics with our stuff, but I also feel like it could just come from the music, just from just the guitars and the moods and just the atmosphere.
I like that. That's a good answer. Let's see.
We like dark.
Okay, so being in an emotionally driven band can be heavy. How do you protect your mental health?
This is protecting my mental health. Doing music is protecting my mental health.
Okay.
I've actually said so many times that even though it costs a fortune to be in a band.
Yes.
It probably equates to the same amount as weekly counselling, and I would rather
You're
spend
not
money
wrong.
on that. You know, yeah, I feel like before we were in the band, maybe, yeah, I feel like there is some aspect that the music is definitely delivering, which is kind of filling the gaps, you know, filling the hole. Yeah, it's creative expression, isn't it? It's like if you're harboring all these feelings, it's just not good for you. And
right, exactly. So you release all what's inside through your lyrics and writing.
And you might not have words for these things. You might not have the lyrics for these things, but again, I think with our band, it's just getting it through in the sound overall. Yeah, it's definitely therapy. I think pretty much every artist feels that way.
Yeah, I think you reach a point where I think maybe when you're learning an instrument, you're always trying to improve. But I think you reach a certain point when we work a normal job, where maybe it's dedicating, in my example, you're dedicating a lot of time to a cause that you're not particularly passionate about. You didn't really want to do it. You have to do it. Music becomes more about catharsis again than something you strive against, and you hope that maybe I've done enough work that I can communicate via music, rather than worrying about whether what it is good or not, or where am I on my journey, or who am I in comparison to this or that. Instead, I come home, and if I can just pick up the guitar or sit down and play the piano and just do that for a moment, it's just that feels more like living to me. That's like my therapy. That is like similar to Mel. That's what I do for my mental health in a way. Even if it's writing something dark, something heavy, I'm sure a lot of
exactly.
I don't scream and stuff, but I can imagine it'd feel great to be able to do that in your music. You know, you let that out.
Right.
A lot of people would listen to that and think, God, these guys are so angry. They must be so dark. But a lot of them are these happy guys. They're happy doing their metal music. Yeah.
Right.
They get their anger out there, I guess. Yeah.
See, that's like me. Like my mom was always like, when I was younger, I used to listen to more screaming music than I do now, because I found, more new gaze, shoegaze and stuff like that. So it's a little more melodic and calm. But back in the day, she would always come into my room and be like, turn that crap off. She was like, they're just screaming. She was like, why are they so angry? I was like, Mom, if you understood what they were screaming about, you would get it.
Yeah. My mom
and then she'd ask me, she'd be like, well, why do they have to scream it? Why can't they just sing it? And I said, you get that emotion out when you scream it.
Yeah.
I said, I told her, I said, Mom, think about when you're angry. I said, you probably want to just stand in front of the mirror and scream, sometimes. And then I think once I explained that to her, she kind of got it a little more and was like, I get this.
Oh dear. Just thinking, why is my son so angry all the time? What did I do wrong? Where did we go wrong?
So let's see here. I got a few more questions, and then I'll let y'all go because I know it's late over there. And you're probably ready to go to bed or go write some more music. So yeah, no, go write some music or something. So let's see here. Is there something you're experimenting with now that fans might not expect?
There's a couple of tracks on the next album that I think fans might not expect. It still lives within the same world, but again, like we've been playing about with just.
Well, I think in comparison to our first 3 tracks, the next track that's about to come out next week is slightly unexpected. It's heavier and darker, and probably less shoegaze, frankly, than the first 3 tracks.
Unless there's another shoegaze genre.
I would say it's probably more going back to a kind of grunge sound. Anyway, yeah. And then the second track, I think we're going in a slightly heavier direction than maybe people anticipated we were going to be. So maybe that's changing now.
Right.
But other than that, we're doing quite a lot of Chaos Pad vocals. I don't know. That's we're leaning on that an awful lot. So we're kind of the way we layer our vocals a lot. So I guess maybe people can expect or might not have expected the vocals and the textures of the vocals to further develop and hopefully, be bigger and more interesting vocal textures coming.
Yeah.
I like that. So. Okay, so if someone discovers your band at 2 a.m. through headphones, what's the perfect first song you would suggest to them?
I'd probably say Wasted.
Yeah, at that time of night.
Yeah.
I would agree. I would agree. That is a really good one. I was listening to that one actually last, I guess would have been on Thursday night. I guess I was listening to that one, and it was about 2 a.m. So you're right.
It's a good time for it. Yeah.
It is. So definitely. All right, like I said, I got a couple more here, and then I will let you guys go. Let's see.
It's quite cool actually because we can see on, for example, like Spotify artists when people are listening. And obviously it's like all over the world, but like when it goes into nighttime for us, you can see the numbers increasing. I'm always like, oh, that's the usual crowd.
I wonder if that's because it's American listeners.
It could be.
Or if
It's hard to know. I think it's mostly American listeners, and then we have UK after America.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, well, here's not a question that I had wrote down, but I will ask you this: if there were 3 cities that you could play in the States, where would you want to play first? I'm gonna say the first one you're gonna go with is probably LA.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay.
I think a lot of people would probably say that.
Yeah. LA would be great, obviously. But there's also like sites that you really want to see and like roads you want to drive.
That's the thing. I don't know enough about the scene.
Texas? No. Hold on. Where am I thinking?
Well, I mean, to be honest, maybe it sounds like a tourist answer, but I'd always wanted to go to New York, so I'd like to go there. Your East and your West Coast.
They got one of the best venues in the world in New York, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to Nashville. It doesn't mean I want to play there, but I'd like to go.
You said Nashville?
I just want to go there.
Okay, so Nashville's cool, but Nashville is more. It's more country music.
Yeah, it is. I just want to see it though.
I've been there. Of course, being from Georgia, I've been there. I've been to Memphis, that's also more country. But Tennessee and a whole, it's really cool state to visit. If you're not from there and you go there, there's so many places throughout the state of Tennessee that are just beautiful and have a lot of history behind it.
Yeah.
I personally, when I go to Tennessee, I love Chattanooga.
Okay.
Is that a place?
Oh, we've lost you.
We've lost your audio. Hold on.
We've lost your audio. We still can't hear you. Ooh.
Nope.
He's gone.
Oh. No. Where did it go?
Should we type something?
Can you hear us? Okay.
All right.
We can just make up the questions. You can type them. Did that work? No.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Rob, now's the time to play the piano.
Yeah. Play us out. Play us out. Okay.
Do you want to like restart the link? You can go for your little break now.
Preferably smoke.
Go get your guitar. A little strum. Nope. Yeah. Nope. Nope. Will
Definitely
be
not art, is it?
no. Check your volume on your no.
Yeah.
No, it's still there. Try type in shall we reboot? Take those headphones out.
Oh dear.
No idea.
So we thought
Yeah.
we're just sitting here now, broadcasting.
Go on, play some piano.
Play it down.
Go on, might as well whilst we're fixing this. There's your chance, Rob.
Yeah, that's my chance. You've got a captive audience. You can't leave.
What is he gonna do next? So it's still live, but
Yeah.
he's gone. It's just us.
Should we just keep live broadcasting?
Yeah.
Okay.
We take an interval.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh. What?
I
Oh,
wonder
man.
if it's
It's not. I mean, I've got it on always allow the camera and the mic. It's-
what if we sign out and back in?
We're back.
No.
We still can't hear you though. Why can't we hear you? Weird.
Now there's no video on ours though. Where's the video on ours? You know what I mean?
Click on that.
No.
It's weird. Should we say launch a new link?
We can't hear you. He looks like he can see us. Oh look, we're here though. We're
Yeah.
not there.
So weird.
Technical difficulties.
Oh. Play some music. Go.
What to test it? Or?
Who wants you to play? Come on. Your face.
It's my right hand not looking at the
Go
piano
on,
piece.
give it a full go.
No. What should I play then? We can't hear him.
Any requests? Here we go.
All right, can
Oh,
hear me now?
You're back.
I can hear you.
You're
You
back.
saved me from playing.
I'm back.
You're back. Well, I don't know if we're back. Can you see
I don't know
us?
what. I can see you. I apologize. I don't know what the hell just happened. Like it did this. It did this a couple weeks ago when I had an interview. Like we got halfway through it, and then all of a sudden the sound just said, "Boop, gone."
Strange.
Like we had to do like 3 different links just to get it back.
Was it around the 1 hour point? Because it might be like just keep an eye on the time when it happens.
Right.
Might be
So
one
that's
hour.
the thing. Like right now, it says we're live, and it says it's at 4 minutes and 32 seconds. But I don't know. That's not right because I know that we've been way over that.
Ours says 1 hour and 2 minutes on our side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I apologize. I
That's
don't
all
know
right.
what the heck just happened there. To everybody that was tuned in, we lost some people, but that's okay. I apologize to y'all too. It's saying on my end though, it says that 2 apps are using your microphone, and then when I click them, it gives me no indication of anything.
Oh,
So I don't know.
big
But-
mystery.
I have maybe 1 or 2 more questions that I wanted to finish off with, and then we'll finish with what we had. I'm just glad that we at least got that hour in, and it had full audio for the hour. Thank God. So let's see. Let's see, where was the one?
Duck in the corner.
Where was the question I had? Okay, so who should fans of Lost Velvet be listening to right now, besides you guys?
Jeez. We're going to say Wildernesses because, you know, they're our new friends.
Uh-huh.
And taking us out on our first gig. So I think some of our fans will be hearing them for the first time at that show, which would be great.
I guess we touched on quite a lot of the bands in there that's similar in the shoegaze sphere. I guess they should be, maybe it's that kind of thing. But I mean, I would say completely different. I would be like, to listen to, you know, older music. But that's just the way I'm inclined. But you know, I'd just say I don't know.
You listen to a lot of Alice in Chains, don't you?
Yeah, like go back to, and because some of it just kind of gets a bit left, and you realise it's where it all kind of came from, a lot of it. So yeah, Alice in Chains. You go back to that album, or there's just great albums that you can go back to, and of all sorts of genres. And so yeah, I think if anytime I'm lost for what to listen to, I don't tend to look for new music. I go back to the past and further if need be. Classical music, or whatever. Yeah.
I would be very happy to know if people who liked A Perfect Circle liked Lost Velvet.
Yeah, it would be nice to have that crossovers,
Yeah.
but that would be it would be nice for us to know that people who liked that music listen to us as well. But whether we could, whether we could recommend it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this one. If you could play a show and say it's like a world tour, or I should say not necessarily a world tour, but say it's an American tour, maybe Europe tour, and a Canadian tour as well, or Australia, somewhere in that mix. If you could play with any major band, who would it be?
Well, there's one band name that came to my head first, but
Oh, then.
Radiohead would be the band.
You said Radiohead?
Yeah.
No, that would be a good one.
Dream material,
For me, it'd be A Perfect Circle. Yeah. Or Deftones. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if we.
Yeah, Deftones. That would be cool.
Warm up the crowd for them. A bit,
Yeah. 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 No.
Has Radiohead, have they released anything new in a long time? I don't think they have they?
No, well, they've started tour. They did a few gigs this year, and that's been the first time they played live in I think it was like 6 years or so. So they've been out of it for a while. To be fair, yeah, the tour they did this year was more like greatest hits, which to me, their older stuff is the stuff that resonates with me the most. But I do think they've managed to maintain being relevant through that time. I think they just had quite a long hiatus. They haven't done anything for a while now, maybe 6 years or so. But yeah, they're just one of those bands. To me, it's just, it would just be like, that's the top band.
Now, have you ever heard of Wisp? I think that's how you pronounce it, WISP, Wisp. She's like a very, I don't know what you consider her. I guess Asian, maybe. I don't want, and sorry, Wisp, if you ever see this and you're not Asian, I apologize. I do apologize. Don't come at me. But she's fantastic. I feel like she's probably one of the best female artists for sure in the shoegaze scene.
Yeah, she's got that Deftones-y going on, female Deftones.
She's got a very unique style to her. So
yeah, and she, I think I don't know how long she was going before, but it all took off really quickly. I think with Wisp, like she just came on Spotify and like
and then it was boom. She was up. She took off like a rocket.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the same with Split Chain. They started in 2023, and here we are 3 years later, and look at where they are now. And that's what one of my buddies was saying. He said before and I'm not going to mention his name, just to keep him under the radar for that one. But he said that, when they first started as a band, he said they were easy to get a hold of because people could send them messages and they would talk back, And that's what I try to do with my podcast. I try to look and see, who's got, a lower fan base that's kind of getting started. Because I'm like, if they're about in the middle somewhere, it's kind of easier for them to get a message and be able to see it right away than a band that has, 60, 70,000 followers.
They're not going
to think. Like when you got somebody that has about 2,000, 3,000 fans, it's a little easier to get in there. Definitely. Or even below that, somebody that might have only 200, 300 fans. So
yeah, it's nice to be kind of at that stage where you can reply back and get to know people who are trying to reach out.
Right.
We've had a few conversations with a few of them, and they're such great people. Like, we're looking forward to meeting them when we come to their towns.
Well, I believe that is all the questions I have for you. I really appreciate you guys coming on tonight. Well, for y'all, it'd be night. For me, it's still daytime, but we're almost there. It's almost dinner time. So, I appreciate your time, and I apologize for the audio going out on us. And now we get that's your indicator right there that it's the end of the podcast. I don't know if you can hear that noise in the background, but that was my dryer going off, telling me, hey, you've had the dryer on for an hour.
Yeah. Well, stay safe in the snowstorm tomorrow.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And I look forward to the new songs coming out and new album. And I wish you guys the best of luck this year. And I hope your show goes well in March.
Awesome.
And let's stay in touch. I want to stay in touch with you guys and see how far you go in the future.
Sweet. Thanks, Zach. Nice one.
Yes, sir. So y'all have a good night. Thank you for coming on.
Sweet.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Yes,
Bye.
ma'am. Y'all stay in touch.
Will do.
Bye.
See ya. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining in tonight to Chords of Chaos. I'm your host, Zach. As always, it's been a good time. Great talk with Lost Velvet, straight from the UK. And sorry about that noise in the background. That's the dryer going off, but it's telling me I needed to get the clothes out of there. I know. It's okay. At least I did them. But as I was saying, thank you for tuning in tonight. Everybody that tuned in, I do apologize for the technical difficulties on my end of sound shitting out on me, which it's happened a couple times with this new update with StreamYard for some reason. I don't know why, but the sound has gone out a couple times. And I don't know if it's because I live in a valley. So, living in a valley now, it takes your Wi-Fi sometimes goes up and down. So, and it's Xfinity. Xfinity sucks. So, to everybody that tuned in, thank you. If you were tuned in tonight, please like, subscribe, and follow to not only my page, but Lost Velvet's as well. And there is more podcasts coming very soon. I believe the next one will be next weekend. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it'll be next Sunday around 4 p.m. And I will have to check, but I'm pretty sure it's around 4 p.m. next week. If you go to my Instagram, ZK_allday91, you can find me there. And I post all my updates for my channel here. And so you can stay in touch there and shoot me a message. And if you're a band looking to get on here, please don't hesitate to shoot me a message and be like, hey, man, I'd love to come on your show. And I'll gladly bring you on. So hope everybody has a blessed weekend and stays warm out there with this nasty storm they claim that's coming. So we'll see. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's your boy, Zach. And as always, peace. Stay blessed, y'all. Have a great night.